Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's really good to have you here. Let me start with a simple question. Have you ever noticed that you can ask an AI the exact same thing twice and somehow get two completely different answers? One comes back like a forgettable robot. The other sounds like a real person who knows exactly who they are. Same model, same question. So what on earth makes the difference? It comes down to a single, invisible instruction sitting quietly above the whole conversation, and it's called the system prompt. This is episode 8, and over the next few minutes I'm going to show you how to set that instruction yourself, handing any LLM a role, a set of rules, and hard limits that shape every single reply. We'll do it hands-on, in plain Python, using both the OpenAI SDK and langchain. So go ahead, open your editor, and let's get into it. Let me show you the effect before we explain it, because seeing it is half the lesson. Same model, same user message, just my order is late. With no system prompt, the model answers like a stranger reading from a generic manual, long, hedging, asking for 10 things at once, no personality, no boundaries. Now we add one short system prompt. Suddenly it's Maya from Acme, warm, apologetic, focused, asking for the single thing she actually needs. Same engine underneath. The only thing that changed is that instruction sitting above the conversation. That gap between forgettable and on-brand is exactly what this episode is about closing. One quick, honest thing before we start, because it decides whether this actually sticks. This is a hands-on episode, so don't just watch it like a movie. Open your editor and type every example with me. Then run it and watch what comes back. And be real with yourself. Watching a coding video once teaches you almost nothing. The understanding lands the second time, when your own fingers have typed it and your own terminal has printed the result. So take notes. Practice. Come back to this video next week. And go wider than just me. Read other creators, blogs, the official docs, even a book. Hearing the same idea from 3 different angles is what finally makes it click. Okay, let's build. A little housekeeping so nobody gets stuck. I'm not going to reinstall the world here. Episode 7 walks through the whole setup from a blank machine. Installing UV, creating the project, adding the OpenAI SDK, and setting your API key. If any of that is new to you, pause, go watch that episode, and come right back. It's the foundation for everything today. The only new piece we need this time is langchain, and that's a single command. UV add langchain and langchain-openai, and we're ready to go. Here's the path we'll walk. First, we nail down what a system prompt really is, and meet the 3 message roles every chat is built from. Then we see exactly where the system prompt lives, in the OpenAI SDK and in langchain, side by side. After that, we build it up in 4 deliberate steps, a bare baseline with no system prompt at all, then a persona, then rules, and finally we prove that it sticks across an entire conversation. We finish strong with the anatomy of a great system prompt, the habits of good ones, the traps to avoid, and the interview questions you'll actually get asked. Every step in both SDKs. So why does this even matter? Picture hiring a brilliant new employee and telling them nothing. No job title, no rules, no sense of who they work for, and then just shoving customers at them. That's a model with no system prompt. 3 things go wrong every time. 1. You repeat yourself endlessly because every single message has to re-explain the tone and the rules. 2. Behavior drifts. A few exchanges in, the model quietly forgets how you wanted it to act. And 3. There are no guardrails, so nothing stops it wandering off-topic, off-brand, or into territory you never wanted it near. A system prompt fixes all 3 at once by setting the behavior a single time, up front. Here's the whole idea in one clean sentence. A system prompt is a special instruction that sets the model's role, its rules, and its context once, and that instruction governs the entire conversation before the user ever types a word. Think of it as the model's standing orders or the rules of the house. The user can ask anything they like, but they're always answered by a model that already knows who it is and how it's meant to behave. That's the real shift. You stop hoping the model behaves, and you start defining how it behaves. To actually use it, you need to know that every chat is really a little script with 3 kinds of speakers, 3 roles. The system role is the director's note, how the model should behave, and it's the one you, the developer, write. The user role is the audience, what the real person actually types. And the assistant role is the model's own lines, the replies it has already given. Most beginners only ever touch the user role, firing off questions. The pros spend their time on the system role because that's the lever that quietly steers everything the other 2 do. So where does this instruction physically go in your code? In the OpenAI SDK, your conversation is a list of messages, and the system prompt is simply the first item in that list, tagged with the role system, sitting above the user's message. In LangChain, it's the same shape with friendlier names, a system message at the top of the list, followed by a human message. Different vocabulary, identical idea, a system role, then a user role. Lock that one mapping into your head, and the 2 libraries stop feeling like 2 separate things to learn. They're the same concept wearing 2 different outfits. To make all of this concrete, we'll use one running example the whole way through, so you can hear the difference each change makes. Imagine a customer support assistant for an online store called Acme. The customer always says the same thing, "My order is late." That message never changes. The only thing we touch, step by step, is the system prompt above it. Same question for different system prompts, so every improvement you hear comes purely from the instruction we added and nothing else. Step 1 is the baseline, and it's the version almost everyone writes by accident. We send only the user's message. No persona, no rules, no instructions of any kind. Just the raw question handed to the raw model. It absolutely works, and that's the trap. The answer comes back fluent and confident, but it's completely unsteered, generic, long-winded, and with no idea who it's supposed to be. This is our before picture, so the upgrades land with real contrast. In the OpenAI SDK, this is about as small as code gets. We create the client, then call chat completions with a messages list that holds exactly one entry, the user's message. "My order is late." Notice what's missing. There is no system entry at all. We print the model's reply, and that's the whole program. Just a question in and answer out, with nobody steering the wheel. The same baseline in LangChain is just as short. We create a chat OpenAI model, then call invoke and hand it a plain string. And here's a small thing worth knowing. When you pass LangChain a bare string like that, it quietly treats it as a single user message. So again, there's no system role anywhere. We print the content of the reply, and we get the very same kind of ungoverned answer. 2 libraries, 1 identical starting point. And here's what comes back, and you can feel the problem instantly. It's polite, sure, but it's a faceless wall of text. "I'm sorry to hear that. Could you provide your order ID, the carrier, the purchase date, the delivery address," on and on. Technically it isn't wrong, but it has no name, no warmth, no brand, and no limits. It'll happily ask for 10 things and ramble for a paragraph. This is a model doing its best with 0 direction. Let's give it some. Step 2 is where it starts to feel alive. We give the model a persona. We add a system message that says, in plain words, who it is. "You are Maya, a friendly support agent for Acme. Be warm and concise." That's it, 1 sentence. And this is the genuinely fun part, because language models are superb at roleplay. Tell one it's a specific person with a specific job, and it will commit to the part. Watch how much a single line of identity changes the entire feel of the answer. In the OpenAI SDK, we put that persona into a string. Let's call it sys. And then we add it as the first message in the list, tagged with the role system right before the user's message. Everything else about the call is exactly what we had in the baseline. One extra line in the list, and the model now has a character to play. In LangChain, we reach for two message types, system message and human message. We pass a list of the two, the system message carrying Maya's persona, then the human message carrying the customer's text. It reads almost like English. System says who you are, human says what they want. Same persona, same result as the OpenAI version. Now listen to the difference. Hi, I'm Maya from Acme. I'm so sorry your order is late. Can you share your order number so I can take a look? Warm, branded, short. It's the exact same question we asked in the baseline, and the exact same model underneath. But one sentence of identity turned a generic responder into someone who feels like a real member of the Acme team. That is the power of persona, and we've barely started. Step 3 takes us from who the model is to how it must behave. A persona sets the vibe, rules set the boundaries. We're going to add real constraints, a limit on length and tone, a required action it must always take, ask for the order number, and clear refusals, like never promising a refund and politely declining anything off topic. This is where a system prompt stops being flavor and starts being policy, the difference between a fun demo and something you'd actually trust in front of customers. In the OpenAI SDK, we don't change the structure at all. We just grow the system string into a short, numbered list of rules. Reply in at most 3 sentences. Always ask for the order number. Never promise refunds. Escalate instead. Decline anything off topic. And here's a quiet but important craft tip. Short, numbered rules work far better than one long rambling paragraph, because each rule is unambiguous and easy for the model to follow. Same placement as always, role system, first in the list. LangChain gives us a cleaner, more reusable way to do this, the chat prompt template. We define the template once, a system entry holding our rules, and a user entry where the actual question is just a placeholder, something like question. Then we pipe that prompt into the model and invoke it with the real question. The payoff is reuse. You write the rules one time, and then fire any number of different questions through the exact same governed template. It's the difference between rewriting your instructions on every call and defining them once. Now let's stress test it with the tricky version. My order is late. Can I get a refund? A baseline model might cheerfully promise money back. Ours doesn't. It replies, "So sorry about that. I can't promise a refund, but I'll escalate it for you. What's your order number?" Read what just happened. 3 sentences, exactly as instructed. No refund promised. Escalation offered. And it still remembers to ask for the order number. Every single rule, honored, in one natural-sounding reply. That's policy, enforced by an instruction. Step 4 is the part people quietly miss, and it's the most important one. A system prompt isn't a one-time thing you attach to a single message. You set it once, and it governs every turn that follows. The second message, the 10th, the 50th. You can keep adding user questions and model replies, and that persona and those rules stay enforced the entire time. The system prompt isn't a sticky note on one reply. It's the constant that sits over the whole conversation. In the OpenAI SDK, the technique is simple and genuinely worth understanding. You keep one messages list that begins with the system message, and then, as the conversation goes, you append each new user message and each model reply back onto that same list. Because the system message is always sitting at the very top, every new turn is still read in its light. That growing list is, quite literally, the conversation's memory, and your rules ride along at the front of it the whole way. LangChain makes this tidy with something called a messages placeholder. Your template becomes 3 parts: the system entry, then a placeholder that stands in for the running history, then the new user input. On each call you pass in the history so far, and LangChain slots it into place, with the system rules always sitting on top of everything automatically. You get persistent, governed memory without hand managing the list yourself. Watch it hold across turns. Turn 1. My order is late, and it asks for the order number, just as the rules demand. Turn 2. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and who are you? And it answers, I'm Maya from Acme. Let me check order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for you. Still in character. Still concise. Still following the rules from the very first instruction. The system prompt never wore off, never drifted, never forgot. That's the whole promise of this episode, proven on screen. So if you wanted to write a genuinely strong system prompt right now, what goes in it? Think of it as a recipe with 6 ingredients. Role, who the model is. Goal, what it's ultimately trying to achieve. Rules, the hard limits it must never cross. Tone, the voice and style. Format, what a good answer should look like. And guardrails, what to refuse outright, or hand off to a human. And one more touch that punches well above its weight. If a behavior is subtle, show the model 1 or 2 tiny examples. Models imitate brilliantly. A single good example often teaches more than a whole paragraph of description. A simple rule of thumb for what goes where, because beginners mix this up constantly. If something is stable across the whole conversation, the identity, the rules, the tone, the format, the safety limits, it belongs in the system prompt. If something changes on every turn, the actual question, the data for this one request, the task right now, that belongs in the user message. Stable goes in system, variable goes in user. Get that division right and your prompts stay clean, predictable, and easy to reason about. A handful of habits that separate flaky prompts from reliable ones. Be specific. Vague rules produce vague behavior every time. Use short, numbered rules instead of one dense block, so nothing gets lost. Put your most important constraints first, where they carry the most weight. Give examples for anything subtle, because showing beats telling. And test your prompt against tricky, even hostile, inputs before you trust it in front of real users. Because the inputs you didn't imagine are exactly the ones that will show up. Now the honest gotchas, because I'd rather you hear them from me. First, a system prompt is strong, but it is not absolute. A sufficiently clever user message can sometimes talk the model out of its instructions. Second, contradictory rules create unpredictable behavior, so keep them consistent with each other. Third, and this one matters for real apps, prompt injection, a user pasting something like, ignore your previous instructions to hijack the model. Never blindly trust user text. And finally, resist the urge to write a giant system prompt. The longer and more tangled it gets, the more the model's attention thins out. Keep it tight. So where does this actually show up? Honestly, almost everywhere you've ever seen a good AI product. Chatbots use it for persona and brand voice. Support tools use it for rules and escalation. Coding assistants use it to enforce a style and stay inside constraints. And then there are agents, and this is the big one. The reason this episode quietly matters so much. An agent is really just a model playing a role extremely well, and the system prompt is what defines that role. Its job, the tools it's allowed to use, and the limits it must respect. Models are remarkable at roleplay, and the system prompt is the script. Master system prompts, and you've got your hands on the backbone of every agent you'll ever build. Let's do a quick interview round, because these come up constantly. What is a system prompt? An instruction that sets the model's role, rules, and context for the whole conversation. System message versus user message. System is the stable behavior. User is the per turn request. Does it persist? Yes. Set once, it applies to every following turn. Can it be bypassed? Yes. It's strong, but not absolute. So watch for prompt injection. And what's the link to agents? An agent system prompt is what defines its job and its limits. Short, confident answers. That's what lands in a room. Let's bring it home. The whole idea fits in 6 words. Set the rules once, steer every reply. We went from a bare, faceless baseline to a persona that gave the model a voice, to rules that made it trustworthy. And then we proved those instructions hold across an entire conversation in both the OpenAI SDK and LangChain. Now comes your part, and it's the part that actually matters. Take notes, type the code yourself, run it, revisit this video, and go read more. Other channels, blogs, the docs, a book. That's how an idea moves from I watched it to I own it. If this helped, subscribe to @TechFluencer Eval, one AI skill every week. Next time, we tackle the prompt formula that makes any prompt sharper. I'll see you there.